Okay, hey everyone, welcome to another episode of That's All Kayfabe with me and my buddy Gabe. Hey, Gabe, how's it going?
I'm good, man. I got some news to tell you, my man.
Tell me the news. What's the news going on?
I'm in the doghouse.
did your chick actually listen to the whole entire podcast?
Well, I don't know if she listened to the whole thing because I came home from work and she's just there on the couch like this. And then, but I know she was like, in a joking manner. And then she's like, I was like, hey, baby. She goes, hey. And like, real quick, I'm like, what's wrong? Because it's like we've been together for like 10 years already. I already know she when she gets upset, she goes, "You said you were gonna build a house for Eel Sky," and then I was like, "What?" And she's all, "Eel Sky, you said you were gonna build a house for her. You never built a house for me," and I'm like. Oh baby, you listen to the podcast. She goes, I did, she goes, yeah, whatever. And I was like, well, you weren't paying attention. It wasn't Io Sky. It was actually Mina Shirakawa and Dakota Kai. He goes, yeah, Dakota Kai. That's what you said. That bitch too. I was like, she's an angel. But because I told her too in that same episode, we had joked about something along the same lines. And I told you, oh, leave it in there because if Giselle gets mad at me at that, that means she watches the podcast.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
because
was
it
like,
was deep into the podcast we were
I
talking about
know. And
that.
so, like, before we were starting recording, I was trying to look through the episode, like, skim through. And I was like, nah, dude, I can't find anything. I was like, I got to start setting up already. So, I love you, baby. Thanks for being a fan. My number one fan.
Oh, you kids.
Oh, man, dude. But I was cracking up. It just makes me happy that like she listens to it, and then same thing with Richard. But with I think I told you with Richard, he's like, listen up, motherfucker. He's all, I don't appreciate how you talk about me and my dick flailing everywhere. I'm like, it's funny.
He just pulls up and he's like, "Surprise, motherfucker!"
Surprise, motherfucker! It's him with the Ric Flair robe, just shaking his shit like that.
He just chops you.
Oh man, have you had like any like family members ask you like about the podcast? Because I remember you were talking about what was his name? Heck and Steve, the other YouTuber.
Yeah, yeah, he had mentioned it, but no, the wrestling podcasts. I mean, I tell them like when I'm doing it so they don't bother me. My because every time it doesn't fail. Anytime I'm gonna like sit down and record something, uh my family members need something. Like I could go the whole day without like talking to them, and then when I sit down to record, they're calling me off the hook like, "Hey, can you do this? Can you do that? Are you busy? Are you busy?" And
Oh, dude,
it's
that's
like, "Dude, I'm
funny.
just about to record. Like, come on." Like, I
That's
don't know.
funny. I know there's been a couple times we had to pause it because of like said person.
Yeah, yeah, it's like I gotta go get groceries or I gotta go do this, I gotta go do that. Like
Nah,
just hit
my
the moment.
Giselle, she's pretty like she supports me and everything. And like I'll tell her, like, all right, baby, I'm gonna record show. All right, have fun. Like I won't bug you or anything like that. But I know there's been a couple times where I tell her like if she's on about, oh, I just locked the top lock, like like just be careful. And then I hear the doorbell ringing like all crazy. I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm sorry, I need to go get that. And until I lock the bottom lock, which is like the second like safety lock, because it's like the top one you can unlock from the outside, and then the bottom lock you can only lock it from the inside. You can't. There's no opening with the key or anything.
Mhm.
And that was the one I locked. So she was like shaking the door. I was like, It's not gonna open, baby. It's locked."
She should take the hint.
I was like, I look out the window. I was like, "Babe, your stuff's outside already."
And then you just like
Giselle, Giselle. I'm upset that it doesn't say that in a fucking song.
I'm convinced that it is just
I
because that's already fact to me.
I don't know who's gonna fact check it. Kurt Cobain.
I feel I feel like if two people agree on an opinion, it suddenly becomes a fact. That's
Yeah,
just
I
my
No, no, no,
Yeah.
no. See, that is your fact because I also agree with you.
Yes, exactly. It's a fact. If two people have the same opinion, it suddenly becomes a fact. It's
Two people tell me it must be true. You know,
exactly that's how the whole world works with politics and every
and
other decision.
politics, the frogs being gay,
Which
Santa Claus.
I wanted to bring up real quick. I know we don't talk about politics, but did you see how some people, because Trump got uh, supposedly attempted on his life.
Hmm.
And did you see how some people were making it look like they were like, "Oh, this is exactly like when CM Punk
Oh no,
bladed underneath the table at
you like that?
AEW London,"
Yes.
and and, and I'm just like, the world, man, like how someone could have their life attempted at, and they're still making jokes about
Dude,
it,
I
like a
know. It's
world leader.
like, man, I was telling Giselle last night. I was like, dude, like that's crazy. Like, like an attempt like that to happen in like
Mhm.
our time. Like we only heard of like JFK, or maybe there was other failed attempts. I don't know. I don't really watch the news, but then I just see everything on TikTok. Like that's all the TikToks. It's like Trump almost got shot. Trump almost got shot. Booty shaking videos. Booty shaking videos. Booty shaking videos. Trump got shot.
That
and
is my
uh
algorithm too.
and then like everyone's just like joking about it, man. And it's like, oh, he's a WWE Hall of Famer. I know a blade job when I see one.
Yeah. And that was cracking me up because, I mean, I'm at a point in my life where I can believe anything and everything. Like yeah, some things are less likely to happen. Like of course there are the facts there that, oh, there was this person here stationed and there were gunshots that shot off, blah blah blah. But I can believe that this was like a fake blade job and that he did it just to put himself over as a baby face. Like
Yeah,
I could believe that. I really could.
yeah. Like you're like, what is it? Like hear two sides of both stories before you make your
Yeah.
own opinion. But then it's like you see that there was a shooter there, like because the shooter died, right? He
Yeah,
did
they
die.
they got him. They got
They
him.
got him, and then a couple people were injured. Well, obviously Trump got injured too. So I'm like, man, dude, like they actually try to kill him. But then it's like when you look at the fucking video, it's like you're gonna tell me that Secret Services, 5 men, aren't gonna be able to take down President Trump, and he's just gonna stand there with his fucking fist up like "Viva la Mexico" or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just there thinking, I felt like if it was an actual shooting, well, I don't know, man, because it's like you said, you want to believe whatever everything, because it's
Yeah,
like
it's
they're
tricky.
it is tricky, but it's like I feel like especially with how often like public shootings happen, I feel like people would freak out more often, especially like, 'cause where was this in Pennsylvania?
I believe so.
I forgot where it's at, but it's like everyone just seemed pretty calm, and
Yeah, no, that is true. The whole all the like if I was in that crowd, I'd run the fuck off. Everyone was just there like cheering, especially when he put up his hand like fight, 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 and everyone was like Trump, Trump, USA,
dude, I so
USA.
weird,
And
man.
and and it just recently it just happened, right? As we're recording, it just
Mhm.
happened, I believe, yesterday.
Yesterday.
So not all the facts are out. There's still a lot of things not known or withheld or being put out there by who knows what into the ether, and so we don't know what's real and what's not. But that's why we're associating it with like, is this a shoot or is this a work? You know what I mean? Like,
I know. I'm working myself into a shoot, brother. Like what the Hulk
yeah,
Hogan's saying, man.
we all due respect, it's not about like politics here about whose side who's on or whatever, but it was just funny that's why I bring it up, that it's funny that it was that there's that actual idea out there that this is a fucking work, and that
Yeah.
Trump is like doing this just to babyface himself, and it's just
Like
funny.
who knows? Maybe he is.
You
I don't
don't,
know.
yeah,
I'm
you don't, we don't know because we don't know all the facts, but then it's still funny.
Uh-huh. And it was so funny too that we're mentioning it. I was on Twitter this morning, like sending you a bunch of shit. Like I thought that was funny, wrestling related. And I saw on the trending page Vince McMahon was trending, and I was like, oh, like 17,000 posts. Like, what the fuck? I wonder what he's trending for. I click on it. It's like, Joe Biden about to pull a Vince McMahon next week, and it's the one where he steps into the limo and the limo blows up.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
this is the whole page just dedicated to the fucking limo blowing up. That Joe Biden's gonna do that next week.
again, and it's I don't know. I'm not trying to go on anyone's particular side of politics, but here you have Biden messing up real bad with his promos at a debate, and then he can't even like say what he wants to say, or he keeps messing up and this and that with his words. And then here you have Trump dodging bullets and literally surviving a gunshot. And it's like, well, who do you want as your world leader? This guy who can't even really, do a coherent sentence, or the dude that just dodged an attempt on his life? Like, it's it's a real weird storyline if you want
Uh
to think
huh.
about it.
It's like, who are you gonna vote for? The guy that people actively are trying to shoot, or you want like the pastor prime Ric Flair as your
Yeah,
president?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just like wrestling. Like
But
politics is just like wrestling.
at least I know that Richard will vote for Biden because I made that Ric Flair reference, and Ric Flair is his favorite wrestler.
he Richard does like anything having to do with pooping pants or poopy pants. I don't know. I can't think of a joke. I gotta think of a good joke.
Wow, that's good, man.
Uh
We'll leave it in. We'll leave it in.
yeah, 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 yeah. No, we'll leave it in. We'll leave it live. But no, that was it about that. I know we were gonna talk a little bit about going into actual wrestling news about Heatwave, the NXT Heatwave. And let me see here.
Because that felt like it happened so long ago, but I think when we recorded last week, we recorded it on a Sunday. It was on Sunday, and it was the morning before Heat Wave.
Yeah, and I've never watched NXT events, and I put it on earlier this morning before the
Mhm.
podcast as we're recording, and I saw a few, like most of it I was like doing stuff with the computer, but a few of the matches did stand out to me.
Mhm.
Um but I'll let you start off with it because I know you're more about NXT. If you did you watch it?
I did watch it. I got to watch the whole thing, in parts because that night where I was like, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I actually went to go see a Day to Remember instead because they were in town, and
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
so the next morning I saw half of it, and then the next day I saw the other half. But it's kind of cool when it's a short pay per view, you know, not comparing it to any other wrestling company, but
Yeah.
where it just feels like a good 3 hours of like solid wrestling, and it has to be good, from a fan perspective. Where I'm thinking like, oh fuck, that was a good match. That's gonna be hard to top that. Oh man, that one could be match of the night. Oh damn, this one could be match of the night. Where I don't think necessarily there was like one bad match on this card, you know.
Mhm.
And I feel like if, like how you say yourself, like you're not really kept up with like the new NXT, or I think they just call it NXT now. I don't think it's NXT 2.0 anymore. Thank God. I felt like it was just a good wrestling show to watch just for good wrestling. And yeah, it's like it was pretty sick. I fucking had some surprises on this card, with the specifically the main event, but we'll get to it like real shortly.
Well, I mean, the only notes I really had for this because I watched it, and again, like I was watching it kind of while just like typing up papers and doing other stuff like for schoolwork. But the Obi Femi and Wesley was pretty rowdy because it was such a, what is it, David Goliath type thing, and that Obi Femi was some strong. He made himself look real strong to where he's just throwing this Wesley dude around like Darby Allen ragdoll. And
Dude, that dude did a fucking F20. Remember, he fucking
yeah,
just
when he just
threw
like threw
Wesley,
him.
just spun him. I was
Yeah.
like, damn, man, that guy, Obafemi is gonna be a fucking star. Like, I know it. Like, he just, man, he's gonna be it, man. I can't wait for him to hit that main roster. Because I think I sent you a video too where the same thing with Wesley, like he held him up on the second rope and then he jumped off and like pushed him up in the air. I don't know if you remember that. And like so he went
I
higher in the air and landed on the other dude.
Man, I don't recall. All I know is just watching this match. Obi Femi. I mean, and there were parts where Wesley was like coming back where I did believe it. I never thought like, oh, this is so unrealistic. Blah blah
Hmm.
blah. But man, that Obi Femi, like, he just kept catching him, throwing him. Wesley kept coming back, but at the end, the Obi Femi won, and it was just like it was a good match. It like
Hmm.
I was like, man, and then the crowd too was like real hyped and full. I'm not comparing it to any other promotions where they have to hide
Yeah.
camera angles and stuff like that. But the
Hmm.
crowd was really pumped, and it made the match even better. And I'll say like that one was one of the ones that I remembered. And then just continuing that part with Brooks where Shawn Michaels was like, "Hey, Brooks, we want you to come back. We know you have an issue with alcohol or something." And
Hmm.
I was like, "Is this real? Is this a work? Is this a shoot?"
Yeah.
It was
Oh, go ahead, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, it just tripped me out, and I'm like, "This is really weird." Like this part really threw me out of the mystique of the wrestling, but I don't know. It was positioned at such a weird part of the pay per view,
Hmm.
and I just wanted to get your opinion on it on that situation.
It's kind of neat that they're putting like I don't know if it's like a real aspect of it,
Hmm.
because I don't know about. I'm assuming it's Brooke Jensen, right? Is it Brooke Jensen?
I think so. It was just a. I just remember the name Brooks, and he was like, "Yeah, they kept kicking me out," and it showed him like on Twitter pouring drinks and saying, "I don't know when my next match is," and Shawn Michaels is on the screen telling him like he's talking to Brooks, and he's like, "Hey man, we want you to come and talk to Roxanne or whoever is in charge. I think it's like the
Oh,
Rock's
Ava.
Ava, yeah, the Rock's
Yeah.
daughter, right? Or the
Hmm.
Rock's, right? And he's like, we
Yes.
want you to come. We want you to sit down with us, and we want to get you help or something. You know,
Hmm.
like you were always a part of our family.
Hmm.
Don't ever think you're gone or whatever, and we want to get you the help that you deserve or something. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like it felt weird. Like I wasn't supposed to see this or something. You know,
It's like candid camera bullshit.
like a fucking cameo that it was like privately to someone or something.
It's like the Stanley cameo and shit like that. It's kind of neat that they're using. I don't know if it's. I don't want to say a real aspect, but kind of like a darker tone to get fan support because I'm assuming they're trying to build him up as like a baby face where it's like,
Okay.
oh, like I do want to come back, but they're not giving me a chance, and like I'm struggling with my demons and so on and so forth. But then Sean's like, hey, we want to help you, like we want you to get you out there to a sense, like because the fans do miss you, like you have something that the fans like. I'm cool with it as long as like nothing like super. Well, I'm not offensive because it's like anything could be offensive. It's like anyone could get offended by anything, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm cool with it. Doesn't bug me.
So this is part of a storyline.
I'm assuming because parts. I try to keep up with NXT, but then there's parts of it where I'm just like, okay, it kind of goes over my head a little bit.
Yeah.
Where not too much of like the side storylines, but what's building up to the next pay per view is what I usually keep up with. But I think it's funny because I don't know. Oh my god! Excuse me. Hold on.
No, you're good.
Me. Okay.
Hmm.
Do you know the wrestler Tony D'Angelo? on NXT. He's supposed to be like the mafia guy.
Yeah, I just saw right. I was right after this, or sometime during it, his promo, and he was like everyone was holding their hands up like the Italian emoji, and I was just like, I was watching this like, what the fuck is this? But it was actually
dude,
kind of funny.
dude, no, it's so fucking funny. But what's funnier is like lately, um, NXT they'll have like some releases that get shown on like the newsletters and stuff like that. And I forgot the name of this dude. I think his name was like David Kemp. That was part of NXT. He was part of like Diamond Mine, but like he got released. But I don't think he was the only one. But like in storyline, the D'Angelo family took him out. And so it's like
All right.
they cut into the parking lot and the like the founders his factions there, like in a car with a trunk open, but like the camera's by like the driver's side, so
Uh-huh.
you don't see inside the trunk. They're like, yeah, you're gonna wish you never did that. They close the trunk, and then that's the way of fighting them off. Like the fucking D'Angelo family knocked them out or whacked them,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
think that's one of the funniest fucking things, dude. I hope like the wrestlers are cool with it that do get released. Like, hey, can we go ahead and do that? Be like, fuck yeah, dude, that's fucking funny. Like, I'd be okay with that.
How do you ever write him coming back? I don't know. It's funny, but I don't know.
Oh man, it cracks me up, dude. I think that's one of the funniest fucking things. Instead of like murdering somebody on their last day, like fucking Ricochet.
A few well, the other notes I had for the pay per view, the Roxanne Perez Lola Vice match, really good. They were both real hot, but it was a good match.
Hmm.
And then the Ethan Page, Trick Williams four way was a badass match too. Great match. The finish was pretty surprising. I was like, oh shit, and I could see why. Whenever we talked about it last week, how Ethan Page is like happier there at WWE than at any other particular promotion, then yeah, I could see why he would be and how they're presenting him. I don't know.
Yeah. Um. Quick notes like for also the Kalani Jordan and Sol Ruka. That one was a very uh athletic gymnastics based match. A lot of flipping stuff and everything, but I mean that doesn't really bug me because I'm just like fuck, I can't do any of that shit. But it's so funny. I forgot to send you the video, but when the match starts, like they do their shit where they bounce each other off the ropes, they hop over each other, handstands, backflips, whatever. They stop, the crowd claps and everything. Someone did a side by side video where it was Osprey and Ricochet. Remember that match I was telling you about a while ago that fans were mad about it? It got like 4.75 stars because we were talking about like Meltzer ratings back then.
Hmm.
And like, and like pretty much like note to note, like they copied that exact same thing.
That's funny.
Besides like them bouncing off the ropes and like Superman landing like on all superhero stance and all 4 points. But that was a good match. Kalani Jordan did win. The match I really liked was the tag match at Axiom and Nathan Frazier versus Chase U.
I
Did you
s-
see that
I
one?
I saw a little bit of it, and I was like, "Why is this dude wrestling in a Letterman sweater?" Like that's
Oh,
all
dude,
the
I
only
love it, man. It's so funny.
that's the only comments I had. Otherwise, I was doing something else during that
Uh-huh.
match where I wasn't
Oh
really
man, you
watching
should
it.
go watch it because Axiom and Nathan Frazier, they're just fucking like fast paced. They're so
Uh-huh.
fast paced, they're hard to keep up with.
Well, they're like
And
luchadors, right? Or
Axiom is Nathan Frazier.
okay,
He's just like a cruiserweight.
okay.
And Chase U, it's Andre Chase. I think that's his name. Andre Chase, the guy who leads the faction, and then his tag team partner, which is Duke Hudson. I'm trying to think, and he's like a 6'5" dude who's like very agile. Not like to like a Dijak or a Keith Lee sense, but he was doing like the Stratisfaction, when he does the handstand, grabs him with the legs and flips him off the rope.
Uh-huh.
He was doing that. He was hopping over the rope, suplexes. He was kicking ass, like Canadian destroyers, but not when everyone's fucking doing a Canadian destroyer.
Hmm.
The crowd was fucking hot to this match. And for the longest time, I thought Chasey was gonna end up winning because I think Frazier accidentally attacked his tag team partner, but they ended up winning after all. So the crowd was kind of like deflated afterwards.
Uh,
But it's one of those matches where the crowd's like, oh, fuck. Like you can just tell, like they wanted Chasey to win. I wanted Chasey to win, but I mean, it was what it was. It wasn't a big deal because it was just a great fucking match in general. And then again with Roxanne Bettis, Lola Vice, that match was very good as well. Lola Vice is just hot for days.
oh yeah, very hot.
Uh, and then the main event, the Fatal Four Way, dude, that Javon Evans, dude, that guy got some hops, man.
Oh,
Like
that
that dude.
spot when he went over the turnbuckle into the breakaway.
Oh, the barricade, dude. I never seen
Yeah,
that shit before. I was like, okay, that's fucking sick.
I feel like I've seen it, but onto more people, not onto just one dude.
I know, dude. And props to Trick Williams, man, for having to catch him, And
Yeah.
man, Trick Williams, that guy's gonna be a fucking star too. I love his entrance, and then everyone's just like, "Wolf that Trick, Wolf that Trick." I'm at home, Wolf that Trick.
It's just like that means hitting a prostitute. No.
I was like, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I did my research.
we all know the
Beat that hoe. I'm just
yeah,
kidding. That
whatever it is, the ghetto, what is it?
Harlem Heat.
No, the like the ghetto dictionary online.
Urban Dictionary.
Urban Dictionary. There you go. There you go.
The
My
Ghetto
bad.
Dictionary.
My bad. My bad.
It's all urban. Get all
Yeah.
bad.
The ghetto Webster, the ghetto thesaurus, and
That's
oh,
where I
you mean
found
the
out
Urban
about a
Dictionary?
Cleveland steamer.
Oh, I already knew about that. We all know about the Cleveland steamer.
Yeah.
I've eaten clams before. I know what a Cleveland steamer is.
I
You
like
mean
seafood. Yeah.
I like steamed hams. No, I'm not gonna do a Simpsons reference.
Aurora Borealis. Right now, at this time of the year, in your kitchen. Yes. Can I see it? No.
Well, that was Heat Wave. To the Heat Wave, to the Heat Wave. We could talk about new NXT star that they just signed, right? NXT. Let's see here. PW Insider has confirmed that Stephanie Vaquer has signed with WWE.
Man, what a story with this chick. Well, I don't want to say chick, but I felt like this whole week was just nothing but Stephanie Vaquer, Stephanie Vaquer, Stephanie Vaquer.
I wonder what, like, if this was planned or like, have you read anything about it? Like, because I haven't. I've read what you sent me, and all I know is they signed her, and it's like, did they sign her because they thought they're trying to screw up any plans they had with AEW, or was this already planned and that's why she dropped the title?
Let me double check. Um,
Because I didn't even see the match, because again I told you, like, nah, don't spend 50-60 bucks on this pay-per-view of
oh no
Forbidden
no 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 no!
Door.
I didn't see the match. I mean, no, I'm sorry. I didn't buy the pay per view. Yeah.
Did you see the match though? Did you see the match? Is she any
I
good?
did. She kicked ass. She
Okay.
absolutely did. I was
Okay.
very surprised at what she was able to accomplish. With me not knowing much about her.
Hmm.
Um,
She
but
looks great. She looks like a star.
yeah, hell yeah, she absolutely does.
Yeah.
So she was part of CMLL and New Japan Pro Wrestling, and like in this picture, she has the NJPW Strong Women's Belt, and then she has the CMLL Women's Championship belt as well. I don't know. I don't know what the other one is. I apologize, but this is according to Wrestling Purists. uh, CMLL and NJPW announced that Stephanie Vaquer has elected to leave the company, both rosters effective immediately. And there was this is exactly what I'm reading too.
Hmm.
So before I read that little snippet right there, um, before I read that little snippet right there, there was a video going around like after her match. Um she was a tag team partner with somebody, and then like she hugged them and she announced that she was leaving the company. So it was like she fucking ditched her tag team partner and the tag team belts, and then dropped all the other belts that she had.
Uh,
And so people are like, oh, like she's leaving for something. She's leaving for AEW or WWE. But then my thought process at first was like, I felt like she is going to WWE NXT because New Japan has a partnership with AEW. So it's like, why are you gonna drop the belt if you're already gonna be part of AEW and like that roster?
yeah.
And like CMLL, they also have that partnership too. So
Hmm.
like, oh, she's gonna sign with AEW, get all the big bucks, whatever.
Nah,
Uh,
AEW would have let her finish her commitments. I think.
yeah, I think so too. I
Yeah.
honestly think so too.
Hmm.
Um, so the post that the wrestling companies made special announcement for CMLL and NJPW. Thank you for supporting Consejo Mundial de Lucha Libre, CMLL. I never knew that's what it stood for, and New Japan Pro Wrestling. Citing personal reasons, Stephanie Vaquer has elected to depart from CMLL and NJPW rosters effective immediately. As a result, Vaquer will not compete in her scheduled match against Uvia at Fantastic Mania, July 13th in San Jose. Furthermore, CMLL hereby announces Baguette a strip of both the CMLL World Women's Tag Team Championships. Both CMLL and NJPW would like to apologize to our fans worldwide for their abrupt announcement. This Saturday at Fantastica Mania USA, a new CML World's Women's Champion will be crowned in a three-way match. It's saying it's Uvia versus Viva Vaughn versus Willow Nightingale. So it's CMLL versus New Japan versus AEW. So they have one person from each company in a triple threat with a three-way. Uh, to continue, we remain committed to ensuring the highest quality wrestling for our fans at Fantastica Mania USA this Saturday and at all future events.
Wow.
So sure enough, that happened. And there was also news reports that supposedly both companies were very upset with the way she handled, this situation.
Yeah, this is reported by Dave Meltzer. CMMLL and NJPW were reportedly very upset with the way Stephanie Vaquer's move to WWE has played out. On Monday, when she signed, she told CMML that Tuesday, which was last night in Guadalajara, July 9th, was her last night, and she wouldn't be coming to Arena Mexico on Friday. She wouldn't do any of the dates. She's got all dates all over the world. The idea was to come to San Jose and drop the title, and she didn't do that. CMML was very upset over her, because of what happened. And also, they had never been targeted in this way by WWE. New Japan was very upset because when they first announced the show in San Jose, she was in the first batch of people announced, and they have been advertised for months. And that's Dave Meltzer of you know, whatever his wrestling thing is. What is it? World Observer, Wrestling
Yeah,
Observer.
Wrestling Observer Report, I think that's what it
Yeah,
stands for, something like that. Um, what's your thought about all of this?
I don't know because I didn't know. I haven't seen the match, so like for WWE just to like snipe. I mean, no pun intended, but with the issues going on, but to snipe a talent like that so quick and so abruptly, like
Hmm.
I don't know if they they want to burn bridges with like these other companies, or they're just like fuck it, we'll fuck with AEW, we'll fuck with CMLL and NJPW because we already have our relationships with TNA and whoever else TNA fucks with. I forget they fuck with another Japan organization though, right?
I think it was also
WWE.
New Japan for a little while.
Really? Mm.
Hmm. Yeah, because I remember, like Kazuchika Okada appeared a couple times in TNA, and same thing with like Tanahashi as well.
Well, I know, like you had sent me this clip, and we'll see it later of like AJ Styles uh hanging out with well, who's him? AJ Styles in a match with an opponent at another promotion, as well as was it Dakota Kai or no Io
Io
Sky?
Sky,
Yeah,
yes.
she was with another promotion, and it's like they're friendly, obviously, with doing work with other promotions,
Hmm.
but then to do this is kind of burning bridges. You know.
Do you do you think? Oh well, before I ask my question, I was looking through my likes to see more stuff about this, and the most odd way that they announced Vaquer signing wasn't through like WWE or NXT, like breaking news. It was through Shawn Michaels' account. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, that a bunch of like the wrestling Twitter accounts like What Culture, Cultaholic, Pro Wrestling Mag, all that shit. They were quoting this, and Shawn Michaels put "Welcome to the family, Stephanie at Steph Vaquer. See you in Orlando," and it has like 9.3 thousand retweets and 46.1 thousand likes at about 5.5 million views, like on the website.
They must have just offered her a ton of money and she took it. I mean,
So, do you think this was WWE's doing, or do you think this is Vaquer's own doing?
I think it's WWE making her an offer that she could not refuse, and I don't know. I don't understand like how much, because I didn't see the match, so I don't know how good of a talent she is. You're saying she is, and she had all those belts, so that's cool. Why wouldn't the WWE want the best woman in the world in theory when they just lost? I think this is them trying to stab AEW in the back for taking Sasha Banks.
Do you think so?
I think so. I think, like, now that I'm thinking about it, I think this is their, oh, you got Sasha Banks, well, we got someone just as good, if not better, than
Mm-hmm.
Sasha Banks. We got someone that like can make, I don't know, like the Mexican Sasha Banks. I think so. Like we got
Mm-hmm.
someone just as good. That is the, because wasn't Sasha Banks in the same exact situation where she had multiple titles in New
Not.
Japan?
Oh, it's like she has multiple titles right now.
Well, in New Japan, she was like the top, right? Before she got signed with AEW.
I'm gonna say so. I'm gonna say yes.
So I think this is them getting back uh at AEW, like, specifically,
Mm-hmm.
and basically like, oh, fuck you, you took Sasha Banks, well, we're taking Stephanie Vaquer, we're gonna make her not just like how Mercedes Monet is a big thing to Boston, but this chick's the big thing to the whole country of Mexico, and we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
take over fucking Mexico with this chick.
I am gonna say this was Vaquer's doing because I
He's
know there
second.
was before their match at Forbidden Door, right? That was the last pay per view.
Yeah.
Forbidden Door.
Hmm.
Before Monet's and Vaquer's match at Forbidden Door, um, Monet will go over there to CMLL, like or like to New Japan, and like be doing her stuff, like to try to promote the match, whatever. And there was like it looked like a fucking shoot fight that broke out between them two, where Vaquer was just like laying it into her, and like Banks was doing the same thing. But you could tell like they both got fucking roughed up from their
Each
encounter.
other. Hmm.
Yeah, so I felt like a bunch of people, no, not a bunch of people, like between them two, maybe there is like legit hate, like they can't stand each other. But the match comes along, and it was a great match. It was really fucking good. Vadgea looked like a fucking star. But how we discussed last time when Monet announced that she has creative freedom, it was kind of hard for me to believe that this one wrestler that I didn't know was going to beat Mercedes Monet in their second pay per view match. You know, because Tony Connery spent so much fucking money trying to sign Mercedes Monet to get her onto the company and to allow her to have like that creative freedom. So what I'm guessing is maybe that ticked off Vaquer in a way
Hmm.
because she's like, man, like these companies I have like I'm trying to work for, like they're partnered with AEW, so it's like no matter what, it's like they really want to give the New Japan Women's Championship to Monet. They want her to get the CMML Championship, you know, to drop that. I don't know what the match was supposed to be at that Fantastica Mania, but it's like you
Cool
know the
name.
yeah, pretty good. But I feel like all of that was just like a bunch of factors to where she just got over like fed up with the
The
treatment that she was probably going to be received. It was probably just all like favoritism for the fucking
politics.
beginning. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that eventually led her to decision to sign with WWE. That's how I saw it. To where I know a lot of fans too are upset by this, which you know I totally get. Like, why do you want to burn bridges? But man, this is why I fucking hate wrestling fans to a sense because like they think I don't know fucking everything. Like it's just speculation, but from like a human standpoint, it's like, oh no, Vaquer's gonna join WWE and join the shitty LWO faction, whatever. She's an entertainer. She left pro wrestling. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. That's so annoying. But like from a human standpoint, why would I want to work for a company that's gonna play favoritism to one specific chick or to one specific person?
Well, the
Why?
company they're been
Yeah,
because the CMLL and New Japan are essentially bending the knee to AEW because
yeah, exactly.
yeah, especially for women's where it's like, well, if I'm gonna face Mercedes Monet and she has creative control, how the fuck I'm gonna get buried? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
And it's all this favoritism that's going towards Monet. I mean, I don't know whose fault it is, you know, like who necessarily to blame. But if I was in Vaquer's shoes, I would be lost in the mix on AEW's women's division because they only get one or two what highlights of a whole show. Maybe luckily if it's only one match, it goes longer than 10 minutes. But it's like when I watched SmackDown this past Friday, pretty much the whole first hour was dedicated to nothing but the women. So it's like, if I was in Vaquer's shoes, which one would I want to like? Who would I want to sign with more? Like, so it's like not necessarily. It's like, oh, you get paid so much more to like do more and all this other stuff. Yeah, but it's like to be shown as the superstar that you are, I would sign with WWE too.
Well, and they're
But
gonna push her name up. They're gonna make her a star. Like push if she handles her cards right there, they're
mhm,
gonna push her name up to the sky like uh Braun Breaker or Trick Williams.
yes,
They're gonna
yes.
push them to where they become stars. Even if they do not work out and leave the company, they're gonna become even more credible,
Mhm.
stars.
But again, one of this like tweets that I had from the Wrestle Purist. It says several sources close to the situation said that Stephanie Vaquer didn't seriously consider AEW, and that's the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Like, so she didn't even consider it at all. And supposedly there was like a video that was going around. Um, there was a video that was going around where they interviewed Stephanie Vaquer, and the gist of it was saying that she would love to be part of WWE because pretty much they have WrestleMania, and she wants to like perform at WrestleMania. It's like every wrestler's different, you know. It's like you had Moxley go to AEW. He loves it over there, which is good. Like good for him because he loves the wrestling aspect of it. Like instead of being like at the time a sports entertainer, which
Hmm.
is comparing like 2019 to today, two totally different products on WWE's aspect. You know, like
I
for it to
think
come.
of
Oh, go ahead,
I've
go ahead.
and I've been thinking of as far as the AEW women's division is a mess, dude. Like you have essentially Mercedes Monet political power over the TBS championship. who knows when she's gonna want to take over the women's belt? Which Tony Storm, I mean, not that she doesn't deserve it, but she's doing her own thing there. But then you think of the stars, like they have a lot of women stars that they just keep burying. Thunder Rosa, Camille hasn't even showed up. Camille's with AEW.
You're right. I
Yeah,
forgot, bro. That was like big news like a few months ago.
yeah, and it's like, where is she? Like, are they just waiting to debut her? And if she comes out, obviously she's gonna have to go for the women's title because if she's going against Mercedes Monet, she's gonna lose. You know?
Mm-hmm. So, and supposedly while I was doing like all this other research, that I don't know if it was Torch Vaquer or like one of her friends, but that there was a performer in CMLL that was like a domestic abuser,
Mm,
and supposedly the professional wrestler Roosh, I don't know how to say his name. I think it's Roosh, but
Rouge.
that he supported that guy. It's like saying, oh, like accusations are fake, whatever. Like he's a good friend, with all this other shit. So this one account that I follow called Lucha Blog, well, not that I follow, but I saw one of their tweets. But this has gotten lost in the game of telephone. But one point needs to be clear: CMLL management and many of the wrestlers were very supportive of Vaquer in the wake of her accusation, her partner, in the accusation, her partner of domestic violence. So she was part of it. Put out a statement in support, helped a lot behind the scenes. Some were not. Hundreds of people work for CMLL and were they're not all going to think the same way. She accused a member of one of the most revered families in Mexican wrestling of a heinous act. We all thought that was going to be very tough for her. They did help make it better. This is a super sensitive topic. I wish people would use more care in discussing it. If you're happy she's going to WWE, I'm happy for you. If you're not, I'm sorry. And then another account uh, quoted their tweet saying, one of the reasons CMLL is so angry with, I guess, because they felt betrayed by someone they went out of their way to help, both in and out of the ring, not just specific to this matter. They felt after everything they assisted her with, she would, the least that she could have done was leave the right way. And
I tell
it's
you.
just, it just sounds like a big old mess, like on this part. And then not only that, everything that WWE is doing to sign her and everything, just moving so fucking fast paced too.
I'll say it does take two to tango. You know, so WWE, maybe it was the perfect storm of her not wanting to deal with all that shit. WWE wanting her not only as a talent and to get back at Tony Khan for taking Mercedes Monet, but I feel like this burns a lot of bridges with, I mean, it sounds like she doesn't care about burning a bridge with CMLL, but New Japan is the one where I'm just like, wow, they might be burning bridges there, but I mean, they they'll typically, it just depends on the talent if eventually they'll want them back or say, you know what, yeah, let bygones be bygones, whatever. Let's make money with the drama. So
Yeah,
who knows?
never say never, man. I mean, like what happened with CM Punk, like
Yeah,
back in WWE, we thought that was never gonna fucking happen ever
yeah,
again.
that's fucking crazy. No, that is the
Yeah.
best example here. But yeah, here's a picture here of Stephanie Vaquer not only appeared at tonight's WWE live event in Mexico City, but she actually made her in-ring debut as well. She picked up the win in a match against Isla Dawn, and this was on July 13th. So that was yesterday.
Hmm.
So she's already part of the roster at NXT, I guess.
That is fucking crazy. Like I feel like that's incredibly fast. Like to sign someone, give them time. Like usually when they sign someone, they give them time to train and then put them on TV because they're still waiting for that one chick, Julia, that they signed not that long ago. But I think, like in her case, she was injured for a little bit, so they were waiting for her to heal, and then she had a contract obligation for I want to say Stardom or New Japan. So they're like, oh, you can go ahead and finish that match, and then come back over here. And she just had the match yesterday, I believe, last night.
Mm,
So I think that was like the last of her obligations, and then now she's gonna come to NXT. So hopefully to start soon, because I heard like she's pretty. From the match highlights I saw with her match, she's gonna do good. She's gonna do good.
I think we're so used to those like 90-day non-competes
Hmm.
or or 60-day or whatever non-compete clauses to where it's just like, wow, she literally just left and now she's at the other promotion the next day. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I think so too. And
Hmm.
plus, like fans are upset about her leaving to the other company like so fast, but it's like hasn't that happened where a WWE wrestler has left WWE and then debuted in another company like the next night or like within a month or so?
Yeah, they've had that. They've had I mean, if you want to go back, they had Lex Luger uh go from WWE to WCW like the next day. They had Rick Rude show up on both WCW and WWF TV
Mm-hmm.
just because of the tape recording. So he was on two different promotions at the same time.
I just think
Uh,
that was fucking crazy. That's
so
fucking,
that's probably why they implemented like those 90-day clauses, just so you wouldn't see them overlapping or something like that. But
yeah. I think too it's different if you are released because if they decide they don't want to keep you, then you have like that 90-day like non compete clause to where if you just let your contract run out, then you can go to another company, sign a contract, and then debut the next day. And I
mhm.
feel like that's what maybe I think that's what Ricochet's doing because I don't necessarily think he got released. He didn't get released. He just let his contract expire, right?
Yeah, he
And
didn't like renew it.
and there's word that according to like the Observer that he was backstage for some AEW shows. I just hope I don't know. Maybe he's just there visiting. I don't know if he signed. I really like Ricochet.
Oh
I
yeah.
just hope he's utilized in the right way. That's what we hope for because we complain about AEW not utilizing all the wrestlers, but WWE is just like the same. Like don't make it seem like because I praise WWE all the time, especially with like how the production is now, like batch wise and like camera wise that I guess the lack of a better word a fucking mark, but it's like they're both just as guilty of doing the same fucking thing, and that's all you can hope for. It's like I hope hopefully Stephanie Vaquer does have like right footing in the company. I hope Ricochet finds right footing. I hope Julia, Camille, I hope they all like get proper footing set and they're comfortable with where they're at.
Yeah, no, definitely. I hope in WWE, I hope, like you said, they get their right footings and become stars. In AEW, I hope they're just safe. that's what I that's what I hope for. I, I I don't know. There's a difference. Like I get that Tony Khan just doesn't know how to book, and that's just my opinion, opinion of a lot of other people too. But I just hope he doesn't book them like where they feel like they need to go through flaming tables or jump off of cages or do crazy shit with real glass. You
Mhm.
know,
I really hope that's not like in their contract where they have to do an extreme spot. And it's like, or then again, I hope it's not the wrestlers even thinking about like, oh, I want to do this spot like with thumbtacks and all. I mean, maybe it's like an adrenaline rush, and they do want to do that. By all means, they can. But to do it on a regular pay per view, no, on a regular show, it's still like kind of odd.
yeah. Save it for a pay per view if you're gonna just do something that rowdy. Save it for the pay per view.
Yeah. So, before we move on, do you have like high expectations for Vaked?
I hope she comes to the women's and um I don't know, like we'll see how she is in NXT because NXT is very women friendly, and I don't know if that's the one-eyed weasel that is Shawn Michaels, you know, but I've noticed that they're very feminine friendly there, and but they're tough. It's not just like a sexiness too. They're tough. Like from the matches I saw on that NXT Heatwave pay per view,
Hmm.
they're tough, just as tough as the men. And I like the energy that all of the people on the roster were doing because it's like all the matches they were wrestling, it was like it was their final match. Like everything is a tryout, and it's like I guess that is how NXT is, right? It's like you're trying out, you're seeing how you're doing here, and then maybe you go up to the roster, you know. So they give it their all, you can tell. So
They really do,
mhm,
and it's kind of crazy to think, like especially NXT. Like we talk about how like change things change, over the years. I feel like NXT has also changed where like 2016, like Black and Gold era, like 2019, it's they signed a bunch of like indie. I hate using like wrestling terminology. I think it's kind of cringe, but like indie darlings. Like you sound like Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish. You had Keith Lee. You had Dominic Dijak, Trevor Lee. He was also one. Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, like a bunch of guys that were popular, like in the Ring of Honor, like independent scene, to where now I feel like NXT itself, it's a lot of like homegrown talent again, where
mhm.
I can't even think of anyone else that's from another company. I mean, Sean Spears, like he was like Ty Dillinger like years ago in NXT, but then he left to AEW. They didn't use him, and now he came back. And then in the main event scene, like I think that's fucking cool. Like good for him. But it's like
Mhm.
you have a lot of homegrown people like Trick Williams. You had Carmelo Hayes before he got called up. Braun Breaker. Um, you have Chase U. That's also big. Sol Ruka, Lola Vice. Like I think the only one that's from the independent scene is probably like Roxanne Perez. I'm pretty sure there's more people. I just can't think off the top of my head right now. But I don't know. Maybe they're trying to keep it homegrown. It's working for them, which is good. Because it's
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
said, like how you mentioned, like these women, like they're fucking kicking ass. You got like Ethan Page who went to NXT. He seems to be a lot happier there. I mean, obviously he's the NXT champion. Like that's crazy within like the first 2 months, which is good for him. Hopefully he enjoys it. I like his charisma. I haven't seen him wrestle too much, but I just love that he does the Razor's Edge. I That's the one thing I do like.
Hell yeah, no, that moves the shit.
So I feel like Vaquer is gonna be in a good spot, and hopefully it stays that way. She does seem like a main event player, and maybe she could be like another face of like the Mexican community, like to bring in like the Mexican viewers, like how Rey Mysterio is like universally loved, but like he's hardcore the Mexicano scene.
Yeah, and then what's her name with Puerto Rico, Selena Vega.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, really definitely like they have your homegrown hero, or not your homegrown heroes, but your hometown heroes that anytime they bring them around, they could headline an event or be a big part of that show.
yeah. And it's like they got a bunch of I guess diversity is the
Hmm.
right word,
Hmm.
because you got like Rhea Ripley from Australia, you got Dakota Kai from New Zealand, Io Sky, Shinsuke from Japan, Finn Balor, Jordan Devlin from like Ireland, oh Becky Lynch from Ireland as well. I think Damian Priest is also Puerto Rican, like with
Yeah.
Zelina Vega. Like
Hmm.
it's whole different, like which is fucking cool. Instead of it just being predominantly like white champions, where how that was like years ago. You know what I mean? Or orange
Yeah,
champions because
where
Hulk
it's
Hogan
just
was orange.
where it's just America or Canada, like that's
Yeah,
all you had, or
yeah,
Mexico.
yeah. Or
Mexico as well.
Mexico. There's all, but it's real picky with that one.
Yeah, yeah. We didn't mention that, but it's like, oh no, they're from California. They're not Mexican, they're Californian.
Close one.
But speaking of other countries, we can move on to the SGW. They are SGW, our favorite soft ground wrestling in Uganda. They are volunteering and helping soft ground wrestlers in Uganda to learn attacking moves to avoid injuries. We are glad to have generous people coming from overseas to give a hand of help through expanse training. God bless you, Coach Johnny. And here's a clip here of them training.
It's going to hurt him. But if he forgets to duck and I go like this, oh no, forget to duck. If he forgets, it's okay. He forgets, no problem. And now duck this one, you're going to duck. It's fine, no problem. Okay, but duck this one. No, duck down. What is that? What is this? Looks silly. We don't like it. So always show that you are intending to throw a good clothesline. And then
So, I mean, I don't know if they're hiring this coach or he's volunteering. I'm sure he's just volunteering to help them out because they're very volunteer friendly, the people there coming to Uganda to help them out. But where's the ring? I sound like a bitter wife, a bitter girlfriend that hasn't gotten married in like 10 years. Where's my ring?
Where's my ring?
Where's my ring? Come
so,
on.
I'm not the one that's waiting.
I don't know. Like we keep bringing up Uganda, and this coach here. I think that's the part of the whole gimmick of the Uganda wrestlers is that they're tough and they kind of wrestle stiff because they don't. They're just mimicking the moves. They don't really know how to like wrestle, and it's not that that's not a bad thing because it's cool. It looks great, but the whole idea is still where's the ring? You have all these people going to volunteer, all these people coming, helping, doing, praying, and all this shit, and it's like, where's the ring? Come on, give them a ring.
Oh man, I can't wait until they do get a ring, man, and then we're gonna celebrate. I'm gonna send you some of those poppers with the little strings that we can pop them on camera. It's gonna be fantastic.
I don't know. What do you think about this? The soft ground wrestling doing everything but getting a ring. They get coaches, they get celebrity wrestlers.
Well, to be fair, with the coaches, it's probably volunteering. Remember?
Yeah. Well, the celebrity wrestlers are volunteers too. So.
Oh man, I think it's cool where because like you're playing the video and like I was kind of like hypnotized by it. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Like having a duck, but like not going over it to where it looks kind of stupid. Where you're trying to avoid them on purpose. So I was just there, like kind of hypnotized by it. But the kids, they look like they're willing to learn. And, obviously, because they seem pretty excited about everything that's going on and the amount of publicity that's getting to. So hopefully it does work out in their favor. And I hope they get that ring soon.
Yes, I hope they finally get the ring soon because Cody Rhodes is basically writing them a blank check to get this fucking ring. So they better get that ring. And I don't know. They better wrestle in it. I don't want to see the ring there. And then they're like, okay, round one, fight. And then they just like take it immediately outside to the soft ground.
It's all matches are going to be false count anywhere.
Yeah. It's like, let's go. Let's get it on. And then he clotheslines him out of the ring and they're just fighting on the soft ground again.
Fucking finisher after finisher after finisher.
No, I don't know. But that's that. I could say maybe their ring was stolen by Money in the Bank. No, I don't know. I don't know.
Nice. Hell yeah. That's
I don't know how to transition with that. But here we have Dave Meltzer's Money in the Bank star ratings. So we can go over this.
Let's do it.
First off, men's Money in the Bank, 4 stars.
Who was it that won? Drew McIntyre won.
Yeah, Drew McIntyre won.
I'm trying to. Yeah, it was pretty good for what it was. I felt like it was very fast paced though. Like for
Yeah,
it being an opening match too. Like, I thought it was gonna be like another like 20, 25 minutes. Well, not another, but like total.
it was good. I think 4 stars is good.
I think so too.
I think
I agree
so.
with that.
Uh,
The next match, Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker, 3.75 stars.
I don't know why you just don't do 4.
I don't know why either. I thought it was a good match. I really liked it. Fucking Braun Breaker looked badass out there. I love the Frankensteiner he does from the top rope, like with no
Dude,
hands. That's
yeah,
always
dude.
fucking badass. I think I don't know. Maybe he got knocked down that quarter star because Sami Zayn won. I legit thought Braun Breaker was going to win.
I think this match could have gotten 5 stars if Chad Gable had won Money in the Bank and cashed in here and
Oh
won and got his
man,
head.
I really wanted LA Knight to win it, man. I thought LA Knight was gonna fucking win it.
I don't know. I think Chad Gable could have turned this match into 5 star. I don't know how the men's Money in the Bank would have been rated, but I know the Sammy versus Braun, if he had cashed in here, Chad Gable and won, would have turned it into 5 stars.
I think it probably would have been rated higher the men's Money in the Bank if Chad Gable won. If Chad Gable won or if LA Knight won, I feel like it would have been rated higher
Yeah,
because
but
with
four
Drew,
stars is pretty high already.
yes, but it's almost a perfect match. Almost. Now the for the next one, the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, 4.25 stars. Uh to be fair, I agree with this match having a higher rating than the other matches because I literally thought this was match of the night.
Me too. I think we talked about it, and I thought the women's Money in the Bank was the match of the night. I think it should have gotten higher, maybe 4.38. And I think it should have gotten 5 stars. I don't know why you're gonna give it a quarter. Four.
4.38, 1/6. I give it that. That'll be
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Whatever Terrence Howard has this equation where it,
I,
you know,
I think I would probably do like 4.5
yeah.
because I mean at the beginning it seemed very sloppy. Like I felt like there was like a lot of botches that was happening at first, and it looked very uncomfortable to watch. Especially like when Zoe Stark she clipped the back of her head on that ladder. Like that made me. I was like, oh man, that looked bad. But the rest of it, it was just like a good car crash where it's like I didn't want to turn away from it. That shit was
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
No, it was a great match, and I do agree that it is the best rated match on the card. Uh I think so. Next match, Damien versus Seth, 3.75 stars. Uh I guess. I mean, I think it was, yeah, I guess so. Give
I'm
it 4
trying to,
stars.
yeah, I think I would give it lower because of the botch, the pin.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like with Drew cashing in and CM Punk came out, so it kind of ruined the Money in the Bank
See, but
briefcase.
I liked that whole story where it that happened. Yeah, the botch that really did screw it up. But I liked the whole story where like now all of them kind of hate CM Punk for different reasons, and so it
Hmm.
gives everyone a motivation to fight CM Punk at least once. Like Seth for him ruining his chance, and Drew McIntyre to CM Punk for ruining his chance, and who else was it? Damien, because it makes him not look like a real champion because he won because of CM Punk. So it makes all of them hate CM Punk and give them motivation to fight him.
Yeah, yeah. In the end, hopefully this does have like closure somewhere. I feel like it ain't gonna have closure until WrestleMania because that's where they're gonna do Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. If CM Punk can stay healthy, knock on wood, I want him to stay healthy. But that's the only thing. My only gripe about this match is like, did it really need a fucking briefcase like to be part of this? 'Cause I felt like the biggest thing was ruining your championship match in your home country, let alone in front of your family, and causing you the match. Like I
Hmm.
felt like that would have been like the fucking tipping point. But I mean, I guess. But it sucks. I had to wait a whole another year until they have the next Money in the Bank just to do that all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But with
Tippy time.
yeah, Tiffy time. Tiffy time. That's what time is it? It's Tiffy
It's tippy
time.
time. Tippy time.
But for the main event, the Bloodline versus Cody, Randy, and Kevin Owens, 3.75 stars. And
Mm.
I think maybe a little bit lower for me.
Me too. Three. I think 3 stars.
Yeah, I don't know what it was about the match. It like wasn't bad, but it wasn't great.
No, it was just
Slow? Was it slow?
boring. It was just boring.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like anybody's fault. I don't think it's anybody's fault. I don't know. I feel like I don't take Solo as a serious threat yet. I feel like the serious threat is Jacob Fatu because that guy's a fucking absolute beast. But I mean, it is what it is, I guess. But hopefully, at least it's something good. All I know is going to lead to Solo versus Cody at SummerSlam.
The only way they could have made this match better is having John Cena come out, and he didn't even need to help them to where they'd win.
Hmm.
He just needed to help them and get them that pop. Especially with them having that extra bloodline member on the side with the suit. Who was it? Was it Fatu or was it someone else?
Tangaloa.
Okay, well they had Tongaloa, so you could have easily had um John Cena come out and F5 or F4 or F6, whatever his move is, FU Tongaloa, and then get spiked again by what's his name, Solo Sokoa, and that could
Mhm.
even built to him versus Solo, or somewhere at some point, you know.
I think so too. But it was what it was. I really enjoyed Money in the Bank though, but I think the wrong main event happened last. I felt
Hmm.
like that 6 man tag shouldn't have been the main event, especially if the WWE Championship wasn't going to be on the line.
Yeah, you're right. It should have been like either, well, maybe Damien versus Seth should have been the main event.
I think so too. Even though like it kind of left like a sour taste in my mouth, I feel like it would have been more memorable if it went on last.
They should have opened up with the Bloodline versus Cody.
I think so too. I think if it opened up, like a lot of fans would have been more into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. And then to me, if it had opened up and then they did that John Cena reveal in the middle of the uh fucking what was it? It was in the middle of the PLE. Then it would have been like, oh, okay, that's why, because he just showed up. He couldn't have interfered. I don't know, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. But it is what it is.
Hmm. It is what it is, and that's just Dave Meltzer's star ratings from the Wrestling Observer report. We'll continue here with another man's opinions of Hulk Hogan and why he doesn't understand. Hulk Hogan doesn't understand why Adam Copeland jumped off of a cage at AEW Double or Nothing. Please, please explain that to me. He's over. And here's what Hulk Hogan had to say. I had to say, I watched Edge, which he means Adam Copeland, jump off the cage the other night. I haven't talked to him yet, but trained professional. Twilight of his career, jumps off the top. Please explain that to me. He's over. Most guys who do that go up and do it because they are not over. Edge was over. To do that, I just don't get it. I haven't called him yet. I was going to call him last night, but I fell asleep. I just want to know. Please explain that to me. You're over like a son of a gun. You didn't need to do that. You didn't need to go up there. If you're going to go up there, it doesn't mean anything unless you do something better than Mick Foley did. Mick Foley got thrown off the top of the cage and hit the table. If you're going to beat Mick Foley, you have to get thrown off the top of the cage with no table. I just didn't get it. It didn't mean anything because Edge was so over. So over. He didn't need that.
God,
Hey,
I don't
dude,
know.
what about Randy Savage when you let him jump off the top of the cage onto, did he need to fucking be over to do that to Roddy Piper? You piece of
I was
shit.
thinking. In a sense, I agree with Hulk Hogan though. It's like
I
Edge
do.
didn't need to do that. You know,
No,
he
we do.
absolutely did not. Like, but Hulk Hogan should have caught Randy Savage and prevented him from like busting both of his kneecaps.
Yeah, no, that was yeah, no, we agree here that Edge should not have done that. And even Edge, whenever we saw that video of him, he was like, I don't know if he was regretting of it, like I shouldn't have done that. I am however old I am, and now I'm injured and I have to relinquish the title, blah 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 blah, you know?
It's like he still could have kept it. Woo! Excuse me, he still could have kept it, and we would have never had Jack Perry as TNT champion.
this world. This world we live in.
It's like me thinking about people who don't need to be jumping off of cages. It makes me think of Rikishi versus Val Venus. Did you ever see that match?
No, I was thinking of the one where he went into the truck with all the
No,
hay in it.
I don't know if you want to look it up on YouTube or not. I don't think you had to. It's Rikishi versus Val Venus in a steel cage match at one of the pay-per-views, and I think Rikishi's trying to escape the cage, and Val Venus is like laying in the middle, like flat in the middle, but like Rikishi's just standing on top, and he's just like looking down, and then what he does is that he's in the corner, and then he shimmies his way to the
Okay,
middle
this
in
sounds
between,
familiar.
and then he looks up and just like, and then he just fucking splashes on top of Val Venus, almost like killing him, and Val Venus is just like kicking around, like, oh shit.
Yeah, this sounds familiar. This
Oh man, if I find a video, I'll send it to you.
that
But
sounds familiar.
that's where I'm just thinking, like, man, dude, Rikishi didn't need to do that. Like, that's crazy. And then it also makes me think of Matt Hardy when it was Matt Hardy versus Edge in a steel cage in 2005, I think. And Matt Hardy does the fucking leg drop off the top of the cage onto Edge to give Edge the leg drop from the top of the cage. I'm just thinking, like, dude, doesn't that hurt Matt Hardy more than Edge?
Yeah, it hurts your fucking tailbone.
Dude, and then for Edge to having to have trust, like, to make sure that Matt Hardy doesn't like sit on his face. That's kind of scary.
No. No. That sounds very painful either way. There's barely any safe way to do that at
I
all.
know. And like this whole run too that Copeland is having in AEW, I'm just thinking like, you don't have to do that. It's okay. Like you've done a lot. It's kind of how I felt
Sting?
with Sting. You know, jumping
Mhm.
off a fucking in the 200 section to the 100 section.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Going through glass, going through fire. Just him, just fucking no selling anything. I think that's pretty cool. But it's like when you have Sammy Guevara trying to kill you, I'm just there thinking, you don't have to be doing that. So you don't have to wrestle Sammy Guevara.
I think you're thinking of Matt Hardy and trying to get killed by Sammy Guevara
Just
all the time.
no, I don't know if you remember. I don't remember what match it was, but I know Sammy Guevara and Sting were in the match, and Sting was laying on the table, and that Sting was on the table on the outside of the ring. Sammy Guevara was on the top turnbuckle, and he does like a 630 splash, and he fucking like clips Sting, or he lands totally on top of him. Because from what he understood was that Sting was gonna move out the way, and then when he
Oh.
realized he went through Sting, he goes, "Oh my god, I fucking killed Sting! Like I can't believe it." And that Sting was just like, "Yeah, my bad, kid. I just missed my cue. I didn't mean for that to happen."
No, I do remember that now.
Oh
Oh,
man,
AEW. Oh, AEW. The
where
where the big boys play.
the big boys play, where the best professional wrestling happens.
Finally, we have here SummerSlam 2024. That graphic. I don't know about that. Uh, can I zoom in here on this graphic?
I don't know how to feel.
Oh shit! I don't want a
Oh.
QR code for this graphic. Here we go. Magnify. Yeah. So I don't know how to feel about this graphic.
Oh, Solo's face doesn't look like Solo. I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah, this graphic looks very there. Where's Bailey? No, I don't know. That's all I ever say when I see a poster. Where's
Where's
Bailey?
Bailey?
They could put
Oh
her and her
my god.
big butt on there, and I'd
Herder
love it.
BBL on there.
Fuck yeah. Um,
Yeah, I didn't know what a BBL was until like about 3 weeks ago.
isn't it like a big butt lift?
Yeah, it's a Brazilian butt lift.
There we go, something like that. I knew it had to do with a butt lift. All they have here, the matches, at least on Wikipedia, announced is Damian Priest versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship and Bailey versus Nia Jax for the WWE Women's Championship.
That's all they have? I thought they announced Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa.
Did they?
I thought they did because I'm like 98% sure that that's what they're hinting for.
Yeah, I'm just going off Wikipedia because I know when I was looking everywhere for cards, it was just like fantasy cards. It wasn't,
Oh,
you know what I mean? That so I couldn't find anything. I mean, not that Wikipedia is a source that is just as reliable, but I'd rather be under reliable than, you know, us here. We don't like not telling the truth. We like to be a reputable source of information and knowledge here.
oh man, but I think they're doing Cody versus Solo, and they're also gonna do LA Knight versus Logan Paul for the U.S. Championship.
Oh, that's cool because I know you had sent me that thing, and we'll look at it later. But how Logan Paul hasn't really had any matches in the last, what did it say, 250 days?
In the 250 days as champion, he's only had 2 title defenses. And everything that I was sending you was talking about all these other wrestlers that haven't defended their championship a lot. In their time as champion.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Oh my god.
But
250 days as WWE United States champion for Logan Paul, 2 title defenses. How would you rate this title defense out of 10 overall thus far?
I think he's been good. I would give it like a 6 or a 7, just because he's new and I don't know. I think he's elevating the title. I think so.
I give it like a 5.
Hmm.
Probably 5 or a 4 because I remember back in my day, they would talk about how whoever was champion had to defend their championship like every 30 days or something like that. Or I think it was like every once a month at least that they would have to defend their championship. I guess that's out the window. They don't mind their champions leaving or anything. Because I mean, well, obviously Roman Reigns was a criminal for it for fucking 4 years.
See, that's something that's the exception to the rule, I guess. Roman Reigns. I don't know.
And then they were talking about with the Young Bucks. I think I sent you the tweets, right? Where they said the Young Bucks 100 days as champion, they haven't defended it once.
I don't know if I found that one. You probably did send it to me. I don't think I saved it.
Oh, okay. Now you don't have to look it up or anything. But let me see if I can find it. But I'm pretty sure it was only one championship. Oh wait, no, they haven't defended it at all. Yes. Someone quoted or someone tweeted, "It's about time we had a hashtag conversation about the quote unquote EVPs in All Elite Wrestling." And then this wrestling account I follow called Humble Wrestling
Mm-hmm.
put almost 100 days without a single tag title defense is criminal. And I don't care if it, quote, suits their gimmick, unquote. The tag division has been suffering. It's like, someone else said, do you know how sad it is that Awesome Truth has defended their title more than them?
So
And that's
I don't know.
that's crazy. Like just to not defend it at all.
Yeah, you're holding the fucking belt hostage. You know why? Why
you
even
think-
have it?
Do you think the Young Bucks get a pass because they're the EVPs?
Dude, I don't think any of that shit works over there. It's ridiculous. I don't think it works over there. But that's just my opinion about the Young Bucks. You could hate me all you want, but that's not gonna change.
No, I totally understand where you're getting at.
Mhm.
Cause I feel the fucking same way. I used to love the Young Bucks, but now I don't know. The whole CM Punk shit left a bad taste in my mouth on AEW's part.
Mhm.
So now WWE's doing good, but I guess AEW is like that salty ex girlfriend where it's like you're not gonna find nobody better than me. Why ain't you calling back?
Well, no, I mean that's pretty much all we got for today's episode. We can look at some botches or just I don't know if I have a lot of botches. We have a lot of funny things here to look at. I know you had sent me this. AEW Jay White is injured and we can't allow Juice Robinson to defend in his place. So we're stripping Bang Bang Gang of their AEW Trios titles. Also, AEW, yeah, sure, Samoa Joe could defend the Ring of Honor tag titles on Adam Cole's behalf. Fucking bullshit. Wave.
Now, this is from Botchmania, their
Yeah.
Botchmania account. And then right below, they replied to their tweet saying Wheeler Yuta last defended his ROH Pure title in January and he's not stripped. AEW clearly hates the guns more than Giffords. Or Giffords. I don't know what Giffords is.
I
I'm
don't know
not
what a
British.
Gifford is, but yeah, dude, the AEW loves like stripping the title of certain people, but then letting it stay on other people. It's so weird the way they handle their booking.
Yeah, it's like obviously you strip it from Adam Cole, Copeland,
Mm-hmm.
because he broke his leg. But then you take it away from Jay White, in which he's in a faction with three other people, so Juice Robinson could easily take his place. But oh no, God forbid you fucking do that. And Wheeler Yuta hasn't defended his belt since fucking January. That is nuts, man. There's something wrong with that.
No, none of their bookings make any sense. Where they strip the titles and do this and that, and I mean we could argue about when they stripped did they strip Rhea Ripley of the title over on the
Yes.
other,
Yeah.
but I mean she was injured. I don't know, there's a lot of like I don't like when they strip the titles. It just depends.
Yeah, especially if they're only gonna be gone for like a certain amount of time. But like it's
Or
different too, like with Logan Paul, like to defend it only twice since he's won the belt. I think that's fucking insane. I'm trying to think who he's fought against. Because he's fought against Kevin Owens and Randy Orton at WrestleMania for the US Championship. He won. And so he's had another match with.
at least Cody Rhodes, but I don't think it was for that US title.
No, they both had the championship, but it was for the WWE Championship.
Mm-hmm.
But oh man, I'm so glad that shit was a title for title. That would have been fucking stupid.
Yeah, it
Because
would have
they
been
just love
stupid.
doing that shit.
No, that would have been real stupid.
Mm-mm-mm.
No. What do we got here next? We have AJ Styles. AJ Styles has defeated Naomichi Marufuji at Destination Really Fun Match. Afterwards, AJ and Marufuji traded respect. Let's take a look.
AJ, signature Marufuji combination, but he misses with a hook kick once again. Now it's an AJ combination. Marufuji gets the hook kick this time. There's the belly kick from AJ.
Ooh.
Man.
One leg almost over, two over. Styles splash.
Styles splash, no.
Marufuji's shoulders are down.
AJ
AJ offers his hand. Marufuji shakes.
For audio listeners only, we're just again a highlight video of AJ Styles versus Marufuji at Destination, and it looked like a good match.
Yeah, no, it looked
The
real
fans
good.
were into it. I think in the comment section, fans are bitching about it. You're telling me if a wrestler wrestled that they're actually like good? Well, I don't. Man, the comments. Look at that fucking top comment is what bugged me because I can't tell if it's satire or not. It says, couldn't really get into the match and found it boring because there was no story. Just being a quote unquote dream match wasn't enough to sell the match. Perhaps if there was a build or several weeks of promos and video packages, maybe then.
Yeah, it does
I,
sound like it could be satire.
like, who are they poking fun at? WWE? It's like you're making fun of good storytelling. What is it, my dude? Man, fucking brain rot, bro. Brain rot.
No, it was a good match. It did look good from the highlights, and it's cool that they show respect at the end, like they do. Not
Yeah,
every
definitely.
match do we need to do that, but yeah, it is nice when there is a dream match and they show respect like that.
I agree.
Hmm.
Ooh,
We're
excuse
ready to
me.
dream. And new Willow Nightingale is the CMLL Women's World Champion, and I'm
Wow.
guessing.
Spoilers. I'm just kidding.
I guess this happened while when the title was dropped by Stephanie Vaquer, and they
Hmm.
needed a new champion. Yeah, so that's cool. I guess that's gonna lead up to another feud with Mercedes.
Do you? Oh my god! I hope not. I hope not because I don't want Monet to win the belt. I'm just gonna be there, salty as fuck. Of course she's gonna win it. Of course she's
Of
gonna
course.
be a 3 belt winner. Blah 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 blah. But then again, I feel the same here because I'm like, of course an AEW wrestler won the belt because AEW has more money. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But I'm happy for Willow. I don't want to take it away from Willow. I'm just blaming the company she works for.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's AEW. They got the money, so they got the power. That's it,
Yeah,
man.
but it's nothing against her though. I love Willow. She's fucking
Willow's cool.
badass. Yeah.
She's all right. I have nothing against her. I thought her gimmick was too happy-go-lucky, but I think it doesn't take away from the fact that she's a pretty good wrestler. She reminds me of like a
Hmm.
female Keith Lee, so she's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, pretty good.
And that's not a knock at all. We fucking love Keith Lee.
Oh yeah, no, I think Keith Lee's great. But speaking of pro wrestling at its peak, here's Gunther or Walter, whatever he was back then, chopping at who is this?
Ilya Dragunov.
Okay, this is him chopping at. Let's see.
Oh, yes.
Seen such brutality.
Oh,
Dude, I didn't even have that at half volume, and that shit was loud.
man, this was during COVID, man, when NXT UK was a thing and they didn't have crowds because of COVID.
Mhm.
Man, this match was rated 5 stars by Dave Meltzer, and that's pretty crazy considering like there was no crowd to hype it up or anything. Just
Mhm.
these two dudes were beating the fucking shit out of each other. It's like there's something about Walter that, man, I just love Walter, dude. Like, or Gunther. I love
Mhm.
Gunther. It's just like there's a sense of realness to it where I'm just like, he's gonna fucking kill these guys, but supposedly he's like very nice.
I remember you telling me about this match. You're like, you got to watch it, and I watched it, and yeah, it was a good match. I remember seeing it, and
Oh yeah.
it was a damn rowdy match.
I showed this match to Giselle. I showed it to my dad. I probably saw this match like about 6 times because I'm just like, dude, this match fucking kicks ass. Can you play it one more time? I just want to hear the chop one more time.
Yeah, let me rewind it right here.
Oh, good lord.
I love that. Woo!
God, dude, so loud.
Oh, man.
Here is Brody King launching Darby Allin in the air. And I don't know if you could see it because I can't really zoom in, but it's gonna be like right here.
Oh shit!
So yeah, I guess they're at a concert and they're on the stage for a band called God's Hate, and Brody King just throws Darby Allin into the crowd, and everyone's like, "Oh shit!
Do you
Oh,
want to hear a fun fact about this band?
what's the fun fact?"
That's Brody King's band. He is the
Oh,
lead vocalist for
okay.
God's Hate. Yeah, and yeah, it goes fucking heavy. Me myself, I am a fan of hardcore music, so it's like I love seeing like the crowd up all on the stage, people moshing, stage diving, and shit like that. And supposedly he's done this like multiple times where Darby Allin comes on the stage and he lifts him up and just fucking like gorilla presses him off the stage.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of hardcore music anymore. I like my soft, sad girl music.
Oh
So,
no, no. There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, man. Because like the other day, I went to go see Day to Remember, and I'm up in like the 100 section, like with the chair and everything, and I'm looking down at the crowd. I like how everyone's like so up close against each other. I'm just there, like telling my friend Juan, that can't be me anymore. I can't do that. It's like my claustrophobia would fucking act up, and that I would freak out too much. I had a friend that also went to that same show, but he was like in the pit and everything, and I could see him because he has like long, luscious hair, so he was like easy to like point out and shit. He got his block knocked off, man.
oh,
Like,
jeez. Ugh.
yeah, and he was drunk too, supposedly. Not the guy that hit him, but my friend. I had messaged him on Instagram because I don't have his number, but I'm like, hey, bro, like, you good down there? He's like, yeah, man, I threw up in the pit. And I'm like, that doesn't sound fun at all. Like, I was like, I'm okay, I'm good. I'm over there in the like, just casually enjoying and singing. I'm cool with that now.
I would be too worried about my glasses. I'd be like, oh my god, like I don't want my lenses to fall out. These are prescription.
Oh no,
You
yeah,
know?
you lose a bunch of shit at these shows, man. But it's like, I
Yeah.
didn't care. I loved stage diving. That was my favorite thing, to climb up on the stage and just jump off.
Hmm.
That was always fun. But I can't do it anymore because the last time I did it, the crowd didn't catch me. I'm a 200 at the time. I think I was like 240 and just like jumping off the stage. The crowd didn't catch me the last time, and I landed completely like on my tailbone, like from like 3 feet up onto the concrete, and then I had a bruise above my butt crack about like that long.
Oh. No,
Oh
forget
man,
that.
good times, man. Good times. This was like 2014. This was over 10 years ago.
Oh, how time flies. Nope. Speaking of music, here's a note from Cultaholic Wrestling. Mansoor and Mason Madden, Eminem signed deals with AEW Ring of Honor, and Platinum Max Caster tweets, "We don't want them." And Mansoor replies here, and I haven't heard the reply, but we'll listen to the reply together to
Yeah.
reply.
Yo, listen. Yo, listen. We're taking Castor's spot. I can feel the resentment. He's about to be forgotten like the rhymes in his entrance. Knees weak, arms spaghetti. Entire world knows him as Bowen's Janetti. Doritos, Cheetos, Fritos. Max is sensitive because he's the smallest in his trio. He's looking for a hot act to be attached. Best wrestler alive, but can't get booked for a singles match. Just put my fries in the bag, bro.
Oh, I love this, dude. I love
That's pretty.
Mansoor.
Yeah, they're growing on me. At first, I was like, "Who are these wacky dudes?" But that's cool that they got signed, even though that AEW had to get rid of the boys and not whoever they were.
Oh, with Dalton Castle.
Yeah, the boys.
Oh man, yeah, they got taken away by What is it?
Johnny TV.
Is that
They
his
got
name?
yeah, Johnny TV and Taya. I think they got attacked by bears or something.
Yes,
Yeah,
you're
Johnny Nitro,
right.
but they call
Yeah,
him
it's
Johnny
a. Is
TV.
that his name? Johnny TV now?
I think it's Johnny TV.
What is he on? Is he on AEW or is it Ring of Honor?
I think he's on Ring of Honor.
Ah, that sucks. But I like, man. I fucking love John Morrison, Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Nitro. You know he changed his name from Johnny Nitro because Johnny Nitro at the time was a porn star's name.
I had no idea.
They're like, oh, Johnny Nitro's dead. It's John Morrison. I'm like, no, that's Johnny Nitro.
I'm pretty sure John Morrison's dead too. Isn't he like the singer of the Doors or something?
I thought it was the same thing too, but that's Jim Morrison.
Okay.
Yeah. At the time, I was like, wait a minute. And I had two pictures.
Yeah.
No.
They're the same. They're the same thing.
Dude, I've been hearing about Max Caster that he's just been like, he doesn't seem like a good guy.
Yeah, he's been real. I don't know. Like now that the gimmick's kind of fading, you could tell he's cracking. Like you know what I mean? At
Mhm.
the pressure. Like oh man, my gimmick is. I have to actually be better than my gimmick, and
Uh-huh.
I'm not better than my gimmick. You know.
Dude, like, I think he was on an interview for Chris Van Vliet, like,
Mhm.
some time ago. And I was watching it and I was just thinking, man, this dude sounds so ungrateful for like the opportunity given to him and stuff like that. Like he legit thinks like he could be like one of the best wrestlers like alive. I was like, I mean, maybe, but like just his attitude toward everything, I'm like, man, dude, I just don't like this guy. I used to be a fan of the Acclaim, but then I mean, nothing gets what's his name, Anthony Bowen,
Mhm.
because I actually like him. Like he's good. And then
Yeah,
Billy Gunn, I fucking love Billy Gunn.
Billy Gunn's great.
Oh man, but oh fuck, I had a pimple on my head. But I don't know. He just seems very ungrateful. It breaks my heart.
Speaking of ungrateful people, we have here Chris Jericho talks when he may retire, still believes he can have the best match on any given show. Quote here, I'll know when it's time, you know. I'm really enjoying what I'm doing and I'm still contributing at a high level. I could still have the best match on the show on any given night. Not every night, but any given night. And I just really love what we're doing with AEW right now. So there's really no rush on that. And when I know, I'll know. What do you think about him saying that he's still believes he can put on the best match at any given show?
I feel like he's getting to like those Ric Flair ties where he's kind of sticking around a little too long, and people are just starting to hate him.
Mm-hmm.
Like
No,
he's already past that. He should have retired some time ago.
yeah, he should.
And
He could be a good heel manager or a trainer or stuff like that, but not a main eventer or taking the spotlight of other people's ring time. You know?
and you're the FTW champion too. And it's like, do you really need a belt? It's like why can't people be more like Danielson, where Danielson just putting on good matches and you know he hasn't won a belt since he's been around the company because he just doesn't want to. He just wants to have good matches. I'm like, man, that's the shit I need, man.
He
That's what I
can't
love.
be. He can't be like Danielson because he can't be like Danielson. He can't put on a good
Yeah,
match.
yeah, put out a good match. Any given night, it's like, I don't think they give you any of the nights, bro, because you haven't had a good match like in a fucking long time.
No, I don't know what's wrong with you, Mr. Jericho, but
Oh
you are
man,
not having good matches. But finally, here the last thing on our docket: AEW versus Adult Swim is happening. Wrestlers face off against some of network's cartoon characters. See, here's Johnny TV. That is, I
Johnny
guess, his
TV.
name. Johnny TV and Tanya versus Fang and Meatwad. I don't know how they're going to do that.
Which
Uh,
one's Fanged?
I have no idea who Fang is. Let me look up Fang.
Okay, you're gonna look at. Okay.
I'll look up Fang. Fang Adult Swim. Spear and Fang.
Oh, from Primal. Okay. Dude, Primal fucking kicks ass, man. I think, I mean, I love Johnny TV, but I don't think he can fight a dinosaur, though. I feel like I feel like they're gonna do the shit where Meatwad is gonna get like the shit beat out of him, and then he's gonna go, and then Banks is just gonna get that fucking hot tag, and then beat the shit out of everybody.
Well, the next match too, Willow Nightingale, Orange Cassidy versus Rachel and Mr. Frog. Mr. Frog, I don't know if you watch
Oh, dude, Mr.
Smiling
Frog is gonna
Friends.
fucking kick his
Yeah.
ass.
Mr. Frog's gonna fuck Orange Cassidy and Willow Nightingale up. I don't know who Rachel is.
Rachel from Adult Swim. Rachel, isn't that from Rick and Morty?
No, that name doesn't. Rachel Adult Swim. Oh, from that Australian type show. So it's another like Smiling Friends show.
Oh, okay. But versus Mr. Frog, I don't know, man. Like Mr. Frog is like the fucking Brock Lesnar of Adult Swim.
That's exactly the best way to describe him. He's the Brock Lesnar of Adult Swim.
Dude, Suplex City, fucking shooting star presses, F5s,
elbows and headbutts to the fucking head.
Dude. A
Dude.
fucking 6 hour Kimura locks.
Dude, yeah, no, I don't think AEW has a very good chance against these two matches here. I don't know.
Says AEW and Adult Swim battle for the booty. AEW stars versus Adult Swim characters. Thursday, July 25th at 7:30 p.m. Limited seating. I don't know what this pirate party on the green. I don't know what this is.
I don't know. It must be. I hope Willow win. That's the comment. Mr. Frog is going to go into business for himself. Mr. Frog has killed before and will kill again. About to say, yeah.
Oh man, he's gonna fucking kill Orange Cassidy, man.
Dude, Mr. Frog, you can't beat Mr. Frog. I'm sorry. Like,
oh shit, that's fucking funny.
He's gonna go into business for himself.
Fucking Hulk Hogan.
But yeah, no, that's another episode of That's All Kayfabe, guys. I want to thank everyone for listening. I want to thank Gabe for being here again today. And what do y'all want to say to the people, Gabe?
Thank y'all for liking, commenting, subscribing. Leave a comment down below. What's your favorite story? If you want to talk about something else for next week, please let us know. We always communicating with people, trying to promote ourselves out there. Thank y'all for supporting the channel. Everything helps us out in the end.
No, thank everyone for support. Thank Gabe for being here. We'll see y'all next week with an episode of That's All Kayfabe. And y'all take care and stay safe. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.